Welcome, I'm Org and this is a review of the Bristol Type 146, a British Tier 4 fighter. The Type 146 was designed to meet the initial specifications that would ultimately lead to the Hawker Hurricane. Only one prototype was built and the design was not developed into a production aircraft. The Type 146 was designed as an 8 machine gun high-speed, low-wing monoplane intended to intercept high-speed bombers throughout the British Empire. To this end, a requirement of the design was that it had to use an air-cooled engine, which was believed to be easier on maintenance crews working on the frontiers of the Empire. Because of this, the Type 146 was designed around a Perseus engine. However, this was not available in time, so the prototype flew with the weaker Mercury engine. While the prototype was being built, the RAF realised that the new water-cooled Merlin engine, being produced by Rolls-Royce, was vastly superior to any of the air-cooled engines that the RAF was currently demanding. Specifications were changed to reflect the success of the Merlin engine, and the Bristol Type 146 was not redesigned to take a more powerful engine. In the world of warplanes, the Type 146 is very much a middle-of-the-road aircraft. I do not believe that it is the best performer in any particular aspect, but nor is it the worst in any part of performance. The 8 machine guns give very good damage output at short ranges. However, getting these guns on target requires a bit more thought than usual. Generally, I like to tailor my approach to the target. With German, American or higher tier aircraft, you should be able to simply cling to their tail and kill them eventually. With Soviet, Japanese and lower tier aircraft, you need to use energy fighting tactics to be able to outfly them. This can actually be difficult as the Type 146 seems to me to bleed speed quickly in turning. This should make my main issue with the Type 146 apparent. It is difficult to engage in multi-aircraft battles. For example, in my last game with this aircraft, I was engaged by 2 Spitfires and an I-16. At low altitudes, I could possibly outturn the Spitfires. However, the I-16 would chew me apart in a turning fight at those altitudes. However, while I could outfly the I-16 at high altitudes, the Spitfires would be able to rip me apart with their superior speed. Ultimately, I decided it was best to go for a low altitude turning strategy in that situation, in the hope that the enemy aircraft would lose enough energy, killing me, that my teammates would be able to kill them from a superior position. The strategy worked in that those 3 aircraft were low and slow, and my team managed to gain a sizable advantage while they were occupied killing me. But nevertheless, it was not an ideal situation to be in. I found that the most successful strategy in the Type 146 was to hang around the edges of dogfights and engage single enemy aircraft in periphery once everyone else was engaged. However, this is a very conservative way to use this aircraft. I usually got a kill or 2 a game, not really more, and my win rate was not spectacular. Only 53% of 79 games, with 98 kills and 30 assists. There is one final point that I found baffling and will contribute to my low statistics with this aircraft. I found the guns to be very inaccurate. While in most aircraft I can get 9 to 12% of shots on targets in most games, in the Type 146 this figure really went above 7%. I don't know what caused this, unless it's something to do with having all the guns mounted in the wings. All in all, I think the Bristol Type 146 is a very well balanced aircraft, which will do very well in the hands of a capable and adaptive pilot. Unfortunately, that's not me. This game I'm showing you here kind of illustrates the strategy I was talking about, in that I've hung above the dogfight until basically everyone's engaged, and then I've kind of targeted this BF-110, as it's probably the most threatening aircraft on the enemy team. And because I've got better manoeuvrability than it, I'm just going to stick on its tail until it's dead. And I think you might also see another reason in this little clip why my gun's accuracy is so low. It's that I'm actually a terrible shot. You might also notice this was a very small game. I was playing very late at night my time when there are very few people on. Sometimes these small games can be fun. And I just can't quite get the finishing shots on this 110B. There we go. And now it's just a case of moving around to get the last enemy fighter. See, that was better shooting. And I got a quick shot medal. And I'm going to have to apologise for the quality of this video. It's a very, very old one from back before replays were a thing. I had to record video live. So, quality suffered because I had to keep my frame rate up, but I'm hoping you guys can get some idea of what's happening from this. It's the same map on the Pacific Ocean. And again, I've gone high, I've spotted an enemy fighters, and I'm diving down to use my superior speed to try and get shots off. That guy had no chance. And I'm pulling up to put shots into this F2A. And I know I can turn tight in this guy, but he's engaged, so I'm going to break off and go for this little biplane. Didn't quite manage to close in one pass, but the guy doesn't turn, so I'm able to reacquire him and blow him out of the sky. I'll ignore the attack aircraft for now and return to the F2 I was shooting at before. Managed to avoid my shots, but decides to get into a vertical turning match with me, which I can't win, especially not with a damaged engine. Seems like someone's taking shots at me, but they're not doing it very accurately, so I'm just kind of ignoring them. Let's see what we can do here. You see those 8 machine guns are devastating if you can get in close and use them.
Enemy headquarters destroyed. Inaccurate anti-aircraft fire.
Another kill. A 110B, it's got a pretty massive altitude and speed advantage over me. So I'm not going to catch that guy anytime soon. So at the moment I'm just kind of climbing to try and regain some altitude. I want to be in a position to manoeuvre and retain some energy should the BF-110 decide to target me. But otherwise I'm just heading over towards the main dogfight in the opposite corner of the map. 110's coming back, but it's taking on someone else. They almost ran, but that 110 pilot knows what he's doing. Okay, we've finally reached the enemy aircraft. Unfortunately for us, they're kind of low. So we fly over the top of them, dodge the Focke-Wulf 57. Well, mostly. And foolishly it tries to turn to keep up with us, which doesn't usually end well for Focke-Wulf 57s. There you go, 5 kills, an ace medal. Which I believe is my only ace medal in this aircraft, although there's another video of me also getting 5 kills, but no medal. And then the game ends before I can, well, win's a win. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.